Hello, Love and Legacy students. Happy Friday. At least be here. So excited. It's Friday. Oh my God. Not that I need a reason to be excited, but Friday is the best day ever. So this week was a little bit cray-cray for me. So many changes happened this week. As you guys maybe have seen, we had an amazing 18-day holiday in the East Coast, Nova Scotia. It was like Lobsterville. I ate so many oysters and lobster, and there was like amazing craft beers and wine, and I still stayed for the most part within my macros. Actually, a lot. I stayed a lot in my macros. I just let myself have a little bit more alcohol than I normally have. Usually I only have alcohol once a week, Friday nights. Probably why I'm so excited today. No, kidding. Kind of. I only usually have alcohol once a week, but I let myself kind of have a few treats here and there. They have so many good craft brew places out east if you've ever been. We have some cool craft breweries around here where we are in Ontario. Oust House in Niagara-on-the-Lake is an amazing craft brew, and they have amazing wineries out there. So I pretty much stayed within my macros, but allowed myself some a little bit of extra alcohol there than I normally drink. And I gotta say, I had a great time, but I did feel it. I was a little bit more like kind of sluggish and not as high energy. Inflammation was definitely taking place there, but I enjoyed myself. And I think that's the best thing about macros is that you learn about food and you just know. Like I knew that I was going to be a little bit bloated and maybe not as energized as I normally am. And I did it anyway because that's what I wanted to do. And I knew about that. And that's, I think, the best piece about macros is kind of knowing more about food and understanding the effect that it has on your body. That way it takes away that alcohol is bad, cheese is bad, wheat is bad, this is good, right? So I think that's really what's key with macros. But came back, to little guy going to school on Thursday, his very first day ever of school, ever. And I had these emotions about not regret. I think regret. Hey, Amy, I don't know if regret is the right word. I think it is. And I'm just going to keep it real and be real with y'all and just kind of talk off the cuff here for a little bit. Regret that his babyhood, I think, is gone. Now I look at him and I'm like, you're a little dude. And I don't know when, hey, Amy, I don't know when, little dudehood came into play. And regret that I didn't stop more and acknowledge the emotions that I felt with him growing up, those milestones and those first steps. And I think a lot of that has to do with, how I was raised and how I just would suck it up, buttercup. I know, Amy, my God, that was me on Thursday. It was ridiculous. Eric's and then I made Eric cry. So me crying made Eric cry, which I thought was hilarious. But I think it was just we weren't allowed to cry really, growing up. You had to have it all together. I think my family didn't really know what to do with emotions. So we just kind of didn't feel emotions. And I think I was just accustomed to suck it up, buttercup, grin and bear it, keep going. And I think that, impacted me now in that I just move on to the next task. I'm yeah, that was tough, but this is what I gotta do now. Or yeah, I felt that, but now moving on to this. And I didn't really let myself feel these emotions that I think I really needed to be feeling. So the combination of getting back from a kick butt vacation to this being a crazy change. I mean, even our little guy, a crazy change in schedule. He would stay at daycare until about 5:30. I mean, I got to go pick him up. He's home at 3:20. We pick him up from school. So talk about shift in priority, shift in time. Usually ended the day 3, 4 o'clock. That 4 to 5 was my sweet spot hour where I worked on my business. Now I got to rejig things. Or 4 o'clock sometimes was my workout time. That was my prime workout time. So it's just been a big upheaval of my schedule. And this week could have royally rocked me if I let it. And the first thing I did when I got back from my vacation on Sunday, other than throwing in laundry and unpacking and doing all those things, making sure Oliver had all his school uniforms, going to Catholic school, which Amy is bringing back so many memories of marrying Catholic and so many memories of like my grade school, seeing him in that little uniform. The first thing I did was whipped out my time management planner, and I had to take a little dose of like my own medicine, because even me, the only reason why I'm sharing this and telling you this is because even me, who has a pretty good handle, like not many things, takes a lot. Like you guys realized I had my crash a couple weeks ago. That was my first one in like, I don't know how many years, right? It takes a lot to kind of rock me and do that to me. So I knew that I was headed down a slippery slope if I came back and attacked this new routine and new change in schedule and everything new, if I was attacking it from the same mentality that I attacked it even before his first week of school. So it was almost kind of like a rejig and a reprioritization for me that had to happen. So funky fact, did you know that whether you are a morning person or a night owl is in your DNA? It's in your DNA. Isn't that crazy? So when people say I'm not a morning person, it's actually a legit, like they're not really a morning person. Like in their DNA, it's hard for them to wake up and get moving and that sort of stuff. So, for me, that was me. I'm like, I am a crazy person at like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like ready to go. I want to have these like high level conversations with my husband about like worldly life matters. And he's like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. He's the opposite. He's like a 5 a.m. butt crack of dawn, get up, get things done, let's go. And I'm like, where's the damn coffee? My eyeballs aren't even open yet at 5 a.m. So we're like polar opposites. But now, knowing that, and school, I don't drop Oliver off to school until 8:45. We'd have him at daycare at 8 in the morning. So I essentially lost a solid like hour, 2 hours in the morning and a solid hour, 2 hours in the afternoon. That's like 4 hours of productivity that I shouldn't say I lost, but 4 hours of productivity that now has to be jigged around a little bit because schedules are different. So I went back to my time management planner and I looked at my roles and I looked at, how could I focus more time on me so that I could be present and focused and engaged for him, and that I could take care of me and get all my stuff done, so that when he gets home from school, I can make sure that I'm fully alive, engaged, focused, listening to him, and like remembering those first moments. Because that's what happens when you don't stop and you don't make it a memory, you forget it. If you don't stop and you don't feel it and you don't rethink about it, it just passes. So when I was at the airport, I got this journal from Chapters Indigo called, I think Barnes & Noble, you guys in the States. It's called the 5-Minute Journal. I should go grab it, but it's up on my bedside table. And it's awesome. If you have trouble gratitude journaling, or you have trouble planning, or you have trouble like writing things out, I'm in no way affiliated with the 5-Minute Journal. I don't even know who wrote it. But it guides you, and you say, like, today I'm grateful for, this would make today great. 3 things I want to do today. 3 things that would mean the most to me today. And literally, it's like a 1-pager. I think it takes me 3 minutes in the morning to fill out, and then you fill it out again at night. It takes me like 2 minutes at night. That's why it's the 5-minute journal. And it truly is that. It's super quick. And it falls in line with what I have in my planner about, it has daily affirmations in it, which I love. So I set the intention that I'm going to be focused today. I'm going to be calm today. I'm calm. I'm engaged. I'm energized. I'm patient. Whatever that is. So, and that's what I have in this 10-step in my planner, is that you say daily affirmations to yourself. You get up and get moving. That was my next thing. So I lost my workout time, 4 o'clock, 5:30 a.m. is my workout time. I'm not a morning person, but you know what? Sometimes you can't play that card when you want to get stuff done. Now, 10 o'clock at night might be your workout time, and that's awesome. Whatever it is, you got to stick to it. And in my 10 steps to have an awesome morning and start your day right, I do have that you should work out first thing in the morning. I just always played that excuse that, well, it's in my DNA and I don't have to get up early. And it was just easy to play that excuse. So I stopped playing that. And yeah, I know I'm annoying right now because I have so much energy because I'm getting up early. I'm getting things done. I'm writing in my gratitude journal. I'm getting my workout in. I'm making a nutritious breakfast. that was the other thing that I knew needed to change. So I decided that I was going to take on the role. I know, Amy, isn't that so true? Me too. I feel like I could run a freaking marathon this week. Like, I'm so excited because I worked out every morning. I'm doing 21 Day Fix Extreme right now. I'm going back and revisiting that. But 30 minutes or 30-minute workouts, 5:30 to 6 a.m. And by 6 a.m., I'm like, damn, I'm done. And it feels so good. So it's really important that you get, I guess the moral of this whole point, what I'm trying to say is you got to get up early and you got to take care of yourself first. And we have so much guilt when we do that. And it's so much easier to tackle fixing everybody else than fixing ourselves. And my whole routine has changed. I kind of weaved my self-care somewhere in where it could fit in the day. Like, it always fit in, but it wasn't like an hour of like perfection for me. And perfection doesn't exist, but I just mean that what would that perfect morning be for me? And that was what I set out here. And I was doing it and I was feeling amazing. And then I got away from it, right? I got away from my own medicine that I give to people. So if you think you have it all figured out and then you have a crash, you're normal. That was me. That's what happened to me. I wrote the damn thing and I got away from doing it. So I went back to these 10 steps to have the most incredible freaking first hour of the day. And this week has been effing amazing, right? Now, I want to share a little bit about that whole cook piece. Normally, my husband is the one that cooks. In this planner, I talk about the roles you have in life. And John Maxwell, I adapted it from there. He talks about you can only have 6 roles to be effective in your life. And cook was never one of them for me because I didn't grow up. Amy, I can't tell you how much McDonald's we had like in high school, right? Because it was like right by the school, and I had so much McDonald's in my life, it was like insane, right? So we didn't really cook a lot, and I never really learned how to cook properly, so I just never really did. I shied away from it, and it was that classic, well, I don't know how to do it, so I don't want to look stupid at it, and I don't want to screw it all up, and I don't want to mess it all up, and I don't want to waste food and be wasteful. Like, any excuse you can have in the book, I came up with it, and I just never cooked. I wasn't the one. Oh, I know, right? How many chicken McNuggets and double cheeseburger special things I ate. It's just scary. And the breakfast. Who goes to McDonald's for breakfast? No offense. If you go to McDonald's for breakfast, stop doing that, okay? Anyway, so, bleh, gut rot. But I never did it. And I was like, you know what? I said to Eric on the plane ride back from the trip, I was like, I really want to start cooking. Like, I need to learn. And not that I'm a bad cook by any means. Usually when I cook stuff, it's really darn good. I just didn't take that on as a role because I had so much, I couldn't fit it in. I had so much other stuff going on that I was like, you know what? I want to make that a role. I really want to start cooking. I know I can do this. I meal prepped like a freaking boss on Monday. When we got home late Sunday, Monday, I meal prepped like crazy and I crushed it all week, making super healthy meals that tasted good and our family enjoyed it. Now, 6 roles, when you add a new role, something has to go. So the roles for me: mom, wife, nurse, business owner, friend. Friendship was one that I was really sucking at. So I recently added that in there because I've been building my business and grinding for so long. I kind of sucked as a friend. So I put that one back in there. And then cook was the 6th one. And then what had to go? Trainer. So I was one-on-one personal training people out of my home. I don't do that anymore. I'm all online now with my Quick Fitness Online. Trainer and cleaner, and I'm so glad to give that up because I don't need to be cleaning my house. Does anybody like cleaning their house? Some people, like, more power to you, man. They love cleaning their house. I don't. It's actually a form of neat activity when you clean your house, that non-exercise thermogenic activity, meaning that you can burn calories by, mopping and vacuuming and doing all that, but I just don't prefer it. So we found an awesome house cleaner. She's the bomb. She's amazing. And trainer and cleaner I gave up, so that friend and cook could make its way into my roles. And you can only have 6, right? And that's okay. Again, I felt like I was kind of in transition, and I felt like I needed a reevaluation of the roles in my life, and I really wanted to make cook one of them. I have the awesome opportunity in December 9th. I'm speaking at it's called the How She Did It event. It's sponsored by Lululemon. Okay, bye, Amy. So excited. I'm so glad you hopped on. So nice to chat with you live on here. It's sponsored by Lululemon. It's in London, England. Oh, I love the love. And it's 500 women entrepreneurs, and there's a lineup of amazing speakers. So there's 7 of us. I'm so honored to be a part of that. So I want to look good. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to be sluggish. I want to be on point. I want my energy to be on point. I want to connect with people. So I know that, September, October, November, and that first week in December, this is my build time to really focus on my health and focus on me. So that's the other big reason why I wanted to be the cook, because I was like, I want to, I want to make the meals. And it helps you reevaluate when you have your roles kind of set out. It helps you reevaluate what's important, and that helps you define the decisions that you make in your life. Like Friday night for us was always, classically, it was like we either went out to eat or we ordered in, because it was like Friday. Hey, Sharon. It was like Friday that's what we do. Like we celebrate, like we're so tired from the week and we just want to have a glass of wine and get some takeout or go out to eat so we don't have dishes. And this morning, my husband's like, where are we going? Where are we going out to eat tonight? And I was like, you know what? I was like, we have food. Like, I'll cook it. I'll make it. I'll be cook. Like, I'll do it. Right? And we were looking through. My husband has like a rack of lamb that he hasn't eaten yet. And there's some like yummy scallops in there, like fresh scallops that we got from the fish market that we haven't eaten yet. So I'm like, let's make the scallops and the lamb and have a glass of wine. And, like we can still make an amazing dinner at home. It's just effort. We don't have to go out, and it's going to be so much healthier, because you guys know when you go out to eat, the sodium is like off the charts. The oils and the fat and the butter that they put in there, macro people, is like way over your, that's way going to put you over your 50 to 70 grams of fat you should be having in a day. Like, it's just the whole goal when you go out to eat is they want the food to taste good. I get it. We all do. That's why people go there, right? So it means they jack it with salt and butter and cream and all those sorts of things. I mean, even if you get a chicken breast from there, they've probably jacked it so much in sodium that, it's not good for you. So anyway, long story short, I was like, let's just make food at home. Like, we have so much food. So we're going to cook. So Friday night isn't going to be go out to eat night anymore. It's going to be like family cook night. And kind of be present in the kitchen, doing that. And that will be Oliver's designated. He'll have like an hour of his like designated iPad time. Because again, if I can keep it real with y'all, I've been sucking with letting that kid watch the iPad. Like, I swore, never swear that you'll never do X, Y, and Z, because you will do it. I swore that I would never let my kid watch the iPad, because I was like, he's going to be running outside with physical activity, and we're going to be crafting and coloring. And we do that. But I swore off the iPad like it was like the devil. And now I'm like, no, like go. And then I like went the opposite way. I was like, oh my God, I can't get anything done. Please, kid, just sit in front of your iPad. And it got to be like way too much. So now we have like designated, iPads. So if we're cooking in the kitchen and he doesn't want to help us, because sometimes he does, which is awesome. We want to encourage him to help us. But if he doesn't want to help us, then that's his, designated kind of iPad time on Friday nights that Eric and I can kind of cook in the kitchen together and make that an activity. So much healthier to do it that way. But it was because I retook back that role of being a cook. So it helped guide my actions, right? And then to go back to, the next part of this is, I help you delegate in there. Being able to delegate the cleaning was a godsend. We pay her, she cleans for $20 an hour, $60 twice a month. So $120. I know for some, I can't speak, $120 might be, I mean, it is a lot of money, but that you might not have $120, and I get that, but we were lucky in that we were able to just do that, and it made a world of difference in our life. So I was glad to delegate that one. And the last one was learning to say no. Emptying the garbage. I know you can't read it, it's backwards, but the classic people pleaser in me said yes to everything. And then it meant putting my needs last. And I wasn't following those 10 steps. And I was kind of sucking as a friend. I wasn't making time for my friends. I wasn't calling my friends. And my friends weren't mad because they get it. They know that I'm building, I built a 6-figure business in under a year, projected to hit 7 figures in the beginning of 2018, which I'm so excited about. My husband's projected to hit 7 figures in 2018. So we've been crazy focused on serving people and creating products, right? And helping people master their life. And we kind of forgot about our life, and we kind of forgot about our friends, and we kind of forgot about the things that make us happy. And again, it's like I write this stuff, I teach this stuff, but I had to go back and revisit because I got away. My people pleasingness came back again, and I needed to reevaluate. So my friendship, is important to me. So I'm making the most of, going out on girls' nights and wine nights and calling people. And, I have a couple coffee dates and things set up with girlfriends. And it's like, that's important to me. So, yes, I had to kick trainer and cleaner out, but I was able to bring back a cook and friend, and it's made me really, really happy. That, with the addition of getting up really early and getting all my stuff taken care of first thing in the morning, going back to what I know, has made me really happy, and really celebrating every day with Oliver, like making a memory every single day with him. I kind of made the mistake, like I said, newborn, 1, 2, 3, the years just flew, and I by no means was a neglectful mom or a bad mom, but it could have been better. It could have been better. And that's the regret that you don't want to be stuck with. So I had to go back and revisit this. I'm going to encourage you, if you bought it, to go back and revisit it. If you haven't bought it yet, September 24th, there's a 7-day online course that goes with it. So the 24th through the 30th, I'm going to run the group again. It's the planner with the course. You get 50% off the course when you buy it the first time. So it's $79.95 all in. So $80. So $80 1 week of your life. And October 1st, you could say, I will live with no more flippin' regrets by doing this. So I want to encourage you to join me. If you go to lisapezik.com, you'll see the 7-day time management and empowerment planner on there, and the steps will walk you through there. So I can click the link. If anybody wants it, I can put it in the comments and stuff as well. But I want to encourage you to reevaluate your life, because things change, schedules change, roles change, and that's okay. So if you're feeling a little bit like you're in a time of transition, or you're feeling a little bit lost, or you're just not managing your time and you're exhausted, or you're frustrated, or you think it could be better and you just don't know how to make it better, then I want you to jump in September 24th and join this group with me. So Friday, Friday with a yay at the end. Wah! Those are my thoughts for this week. And I think I'm going to be coming live to you guys every Friday. I want to make sure we're connecting in here and staying as a tight-knit group. So if you have any things you want me to talk about, any topics, like anything at all, you just let me know, and I will create a little thing and we'll do it. So have an awesome weekend. We're headed to the farmer's market tomorrow to get some more fresh food, my macro people, and love ya. Love you. So thankful for all of you. So thanks for being here, and see you again next week. Bye.